Something massive is shifting in the world of pharmaceuticals. And in this explainer, we're going to dig into a really fascinating question. Can India level up from being the world's pharmacy into its next innovative powerhouse? Okay, so let's just start with a huge idea. I mean, what if the entire foundation, everything we know about how we find, create, and get our hands on medicine, is being torn down and completely rebuilt from the ground up?
And that leads us right to our first big concept, what some are calling pharma's new architecture. Think of it as a whole new blueprint for the entire industry.
So, what exactly is it? Well, this new architecture is all about a fundamental change in priorities. You see, for decades, the playbook was simple: make medicines as cheap as you possibly can. But now, after all the shocks we've seen recently, the focus is flipping to resilience, security, and yeah, technology. And this slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have the old way, all about cost, centralized production, and just-in-time everything. But on the other side, the new way is all about building strength. It's about diversifying who makes what, stockpiling for emergencies, and putting national health security first. It's a huge shift from pure efficiency to building a system that just won't break. So with all this change, where does India fit in? Well, to really get a grip on its future, we first have to talk about its incredibly powerful present. Let's look at why it's already earned the nickname the world's pharmacy. For years, India has been the absolute champion of making huge volumes of low-cost generic drugs. It's literally the go-to source for essential medicines for countries all over the planet, from developing nations to the most advanced economies out there. And the scale is just, well, it's staggering. Get this. India supplies 60% of the entire world's vaccines. Think about that for a second. That is a colossal contribution to global health, and it shows a production muscle that almost nobody else has. And it definitely doesn't stop with vaccines. When you look at generic drugs, the affordable versions of medicines that come out after patents expire, India has locked down over a fifth of the whole global market. This is the bedrock of its Pharmacy of the World title. Okay, so here's the big question, right? Being a high-volume producer is clearly a position of strength. But in this new pharmaceutical world we're talking about, one that's all about innovation and resilience, is that title going to be enough to stay on top for the next few decades? And that right there is where the real opportunity kicks in. The potential isn't just about making more stuff, it's about making better, more advanced, and more valuable things. It's all about climbing the value chain. So this slide basically lays out the roadmap. You start by mastering the trickier stuff, like complex generics. Then you move up into biologics, these really complex drugs made from living cells. From there, you aim for the cutting edge, like cell and gene therapy. But the real holy grail, that's number 4, shifting from just copying what others have done to becoming a true center for innovation and original R&D. But hold on, this transformation isn't just about the molecules inside the medicine. There's this other massive wave crashing in, the digital revolution. And it's opening up completely new ways to lead. So you've got to understand, in this new world, technology isn't just a helper. It's not just a tool to make things a bit more efficient. Technology itself can be the product. It is a brand new frontier for the entire industry. And look, the opportunities here are just huge. We're talking about using AI to find new drugs at a fraction of the time, creating software that acts as medicine, so-called digital therapeutics, building huge platforms to see how drugs actually work in the real world, and of course, digitizing supply chains and leaning into telehealth. Each one of these could be a multi-billion-dollar industry on its own. So what does this all mean? Well, India is basically standing at this major crossroads. There's a clear path to go from being that reliable, dependable pharmacy to becoming a true global powerhouse. But here's the thing, it's not a slam dunk. This quote really just nails it. It's about a complete change in mindset. It's moving from asking, how many pills can we churn out, to asking, what kind of groundbreaking value can we create for the world? And let's be clear, making this jump is a huge deal. It's about way more than just having a lot of factories. It's going to demand a focused national strategy, serious investment in R&D, government policies that actually reward innovation, and a real cultural shift to put discovery first. Which leaves us with this one big final question. The potential is there, you can see the blueprint, but what will it really truly take to turn all that potential into a reality?
That is the defining challenge and the immense opportunity for India in this new age of medicine.